18 things cruise ship staff quietly do while you're out of your cabin. Imagine this. You head out for breakfast, a walk, or a dip in the pool, and meanwhile, a whole mini operation begins inside your cabin. Cabin stewards work almost silently. Fast, precise, and coordinated like surgeons. They do dozens of tiny tasks you'd never even think about, all to make your room look as if you just checked in every time you return. Today, I'm revealing 18 things the cruise ship crew quietly does in your cabin while you have absolutely no idea it's happening. I promise. After this video, you will never look at cruise cabin housekeeping the same way again. Fun. They double-check you've actually left the cabin. Before entering your cabin, a steward never opens the door immediately. It may seem like a small detail, but it's actually a strict rule for safety and privacy. They press their ear gently to the door for a few seconds, listening for movement, TV noise, footsteps, or the sound of the shower. The worst thing for them is accidentally walking in while a guest is still changing or resting. They also lightly pull the handle without fully opening the door, making sure nothing is blocking the entrance. Only after that do they knock, wait a couple of seconds, and then enter. This silent protocol prevents awkward situations and creates the illusion that the cabin magically cleans itself while you're gone. In reality, it's a well-trained system that every steward follows perfectly. 2. They air out the room at full power. The moment a steward steps inside, the very first thing they do is improve the airflow. They open the corridor door or the balcony, if your cabin has one, creating a fast air exchange. Their goal is to remove stale smells after showers, food, perfumes, sunscreen, or even humid air from the AC. Cruise cabins can get warm or stuffy overnight, so ventilation resets the atmosphere in seconds. While the room is airing out, they work in the bathroom or replace towels to save time. This simple technique dramatically reduces humidity and keeps the cabin feeling fresh every time you walk in. That's why your room always smells clean, even after long, hot days on deck. 3. They replace towels instantly, even if you barely use them. Most cruise lines have a rule. If a towel looks even slightly not perfect, it must be replaced. Even if you touched it once or it dried in a strange shape, the steward checks for wrinkles, moisture, or lost form. Cruise companies want guests to feel like they are in a 5-star hotel where towels always look new. Stewards fold fresh towels using a precise technique they're trained on. Every towel should look identical. They also use towels into categories: wet, lightly used, and needs disposal, but they still replace all of them. For you, it's a small thing, but for cruise service standards, it's essential. Everything must look fresh, clean, and untouched. 4. They disinfect all touch points. In less than 30 seconds after the pandemic, cruise lines introduced strict rules about disinfecting frequently touched surfaces. Stewards wipe door handles, light switches, TV remote controls, bedside rails, faucet handles, and even the soap dish. They use antibacterial wipes and clean in one direction to avoid spreading germs. It takes only about 20 to 30 seconds, but the result is a cabin that feels cleaner than a hotel room. Many cruise lines even require stewards to place the remote in a sealed plastic sleeve after cleaning it. You may never notice these tiny actions, but they are the reason your cabin always feels safe, dry, and hygienic. 5. They vacuum microdust and crumbs. You never notice guests often think the floor is clean, but stewards see every grain of sand, every crumb, every hair. They use a portable, ultra-quiet vacuum to clean small areas, around the bed, near the table, by the closet, and next to the mirror. If your cabin has carpet, they sweep it in 2 directions to refresh the fibers and remove footprints. Sand from the beach, snack crumbs, or dust from clothing all get removed even if you didn't see them. Thanks to this fast micro-vacuuming, The floor always looks freshly cleaned, even if you didn't request a full housekeeping visit. 6. They neatly organize your belongings without touching anything. Private stewards are trained to move only visible items, but never open bags, cases, drawers, laptops, or cosmetics. They follow a strict visible reordering rule. If a shirt fell in the chair, they fold it. If your shoes are scattered, they line them up. If your charger is in a messy spot, they place it safely. They never unzip or open anything. Their goal is to create order without violating privacy. They even straighten charging cables to make the room look tidy. When you return, you see the same belongings in the same general places, just arranged more beautifully. It's subtle, but it makes a big difference. 7. They check and restock the minibar with perfect accuracy. Every steward has a printed minibar checklist showing exactly how many waters, sodas, beers, and snacks must be inside. If anything is missing, even a chocolate bar, they instantly record it. Minibars are monitored in the system, so a single missing drink must be accounted for. Stewards often restock before you even notice something is gone. They're extremely precise because if numbers don't match, the loss comes out of their paycheck. That's why your minibar always looks perfectly full and organized. 8. They make the bed in 90 seconds using a special technique. Making a cruise cabin bed isn't simple. It's a trained skill. Stewards stretch the base sheet, check for dryness, and then spread the blanket using a signature wave motion. They use sharp hospital corners so the blanket stays firm and in place. Pillows are reshaped by hand, adding volume so they look fresh and luxurious. In cabins with 2 beds, both must look perfectly symmetrical. This entire process takes about a minute and a half, yet the result looks like a professional hotel makeover. The standard is clear. The bed must look brand new every time you enter the room. 9. They fix small issues. You never reported stewards are also mini technicians. If they notice a loose hook, a flickering light, or a cabinet door that doesn't close properly, they fix it on the spot with a small toolkit. If the problem requires help, they call a maintenance team immediately, often before you even realize something was wrong. Many guests return to their cabins surprised that something magically fixed itself. It didn't. The steward handled it quietly. Their mission: guests should never see imperfections. 10. They align all items to create a perfect symmetrical look. Stewards have an almost artistic eye for symmetry. They straighten service menus, align water bottles, rotate glasses the same direction, and ensure everything looks intentional. Even cosmetics in the bathroom are placed with labels facing forward. This psychological trick makes your brain perceive the room as cleaner and more luxurious. It's why you often feel your cabin looks nicer than you left it. The steward deliberately applied symmetry to calm the visual space. 11. They reposition chairs. So you don't trip. Cruise ships move constantly, even in calm seas, and furniture shifts slightly. Stewards check that chairs are pushed in, stools aren't blocking walkways, and balcony furniture is placed safely. This prevents guests from bumping into things, especially at night or after the ship tilts. Many minor injuries on board happen in cabins, and stewards quietly prevent most of them by simply repositioning furniture. Safety is their top priority, even in tiny details. 12. They polish mirrors and metal surfaces until they shine. Like new after showers, mirrors and faucets collect tiny droplets. Stewards use streak-free microfiber cloths to polish every reflective surface: mirrors, chrome handles, metal shelves, and sink fixtures. They wipe top to bottom to avoid lines. Even if there were only 2 droplets, they remove them. Shiny surfaces create a new room feeling, something cruise lines value because it raises customer satisfaction. This simple polish adds a premium look to the cabin every single time. 13. They remove any food you left to prevent smells. Food left in cabins can create odors or even attract insects. Stewards check for open containers, leftover pizza, fruit, cookies, or breakfast dishes. If something is perishable, they throw it away or neatly bag it with a note. They also remove room service trays immediately, since they are the biggest source of unwanted smells. Their job is to ensure you return to a fresh-smelling cabin every single time. No lingering odors, no spoiled snacks, no insects. Hygiene is a top priority on cruise ships. 14. They test your air conditioning. If you ever mention a problem, if you told a steward even once that the cabin was too warm, too cold, or not ventilated enough, they quietly test the system every time they enter. They adjust the vents, change airflow modes, or temporarily reset the fan. If something feels off, they call a technician immediately. This is why many passengers return after dinner and find their room perfectly cooled. Even though they didn't touch the controls, it's invisible service at its best. 15. They fluff and reshape your pillows and duvet pillows flattened during the night. So stewards squeeze the sides, redistribute the filling, and restore the original shape. Then they place them at a clean angle to look luxurious and inviting. They also shake out the duvet to spread the filling evenly, removing lumps created during sleep. This small ritual makes the bedding feel fresh, even if you've slept in it for days. Guests often think the bedding was replaced, but it's just a professional fluffing technique. 16. They empty the trash, even if there's only one item. Cruise rules are strict. Visible trash must be removed immediately. Even a single receipt or plastic cup is enough for the steward to replace the entire bag. This prevents odors, insects, and the look of an unclean cabin. The bag is always replaced with a fresh one, even if it was barely used. It's why your trash can is always empty. A tiny but powerful detail that makes the cabin feel brand new. 17. They leave fresh daily programs and important notices. Cruise schedules change every day, and stewards deliver new event programs, show times, restaurant hours, and port information. If the ship is docking in a new city, they leave maps, safety reminders, and local recommendations. Sometimes they add personal notes, birthday greetings, welcome messages, or thank you cards. These thoughtful touches make every day feel curated and special, even though it's a standard part of their job. 18. They leave small, secret gifts if you're kind to them. Stewards often leave towel animals, chocolates, or handwritten notes for polite guests. These small gestures aren't mandatory. They're personal. If you smile, say thank you, or leave a tip, you might return to find a cute towel elephant, a rose-shaped napkin, or a sweet good evening card. Some stewards even tailor the gift to something you mentioned in conversation. These surprises create emotional memories, making guests return to cruising again and again. It's a quiet kind of magic they love sharing with people who appreciate their work. If you enjoyed learning what the crew actually does while you're away from your cabin, just know this is only a tiny glimpse into the huge world of cruise ship insider secrets. Make sure to subscribe, because there are plenty more cruise secrets, hidden tricks, hacks, and behind-the-scenes truths about the cruise industry that most passengers never hear about. Tell me in the comments, which of these 18 things surprised you the most? See you in the next video, and have an amazing cruise. And don't forget to check out our other videos. Pick whichever one you feel like watching next.